that the panel, the analysts, and we here on desk say TNC, they drafted quite the hell out of that bout.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the lineup of TNC, you know they have a lot of engage, they have a lot of catch, but I do agree with what Brigida and Renmar was saying that Heads has to be the primary roamer this time, has to be the zoner, the frontliner, to activate Escalera's counter implosion plays.
As an EXP laner.
As an EXP laner.
He has to cross the threshold and live in Andoryu's jungle. Again, here's a response.
Okay, who got the purple buff, but Kaizen goes in. Is he gonna fall down though? Chakra with the Ring of Punishment still survives. Here comes Escalera with a Sacred Hammer just to save Kaizen. The over-aggression of TNC wasn't punished, and Head flickers in. Wants to go for Okir, draws the first blood, and he will fall down. But Heads as well.
You know what? On an economic scale, if you think about it, an EXP slash roamer given his life to take down the mid laner, which is a secondary core, that's a good deal for TNC. Again, they can keep pushing the advantage now. Oh, Big J!
Okay, Escalera forced to use the flicker there, trying to get Jome, but Jome remains unbothered, still safe. And I do agree, that was a worth it trade for TNC. Heads, ideally, you know Heads is gonna just keep dying, diving. But Ukir, on the other hand, you can't let that Zask die, especially with the recent adjustments for Zask.
You know what, Ian? I'm gonna say it now. As early as 2 minutes, something tells me Smart Omega pulled a Mega Man, a Rock Man for our Japanese friends. They took what they learned from Team Liquid last night, and they're using it now. Look at the aggression. They're on the receiving end of that same thing from TNC.
Okay, Chakno.
Look at that!
We'll have to walk away. Now, TNC, this is a different Phoenix army. I mean, we're used to seeing them dominate the early game, but not up against Omega, who also is known for having a strong start. I mean, in terms of average game duration, they're both tied. Okay, Heads.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Here comes the kick, but no follow-up damage. Here comes Andoryu, though.
Let's see.
Okay, commits the Wiggy Shadow kill. Escalera just waiting for the perfect opportunity, but here comes Ryota! Flicker in with a wild charge, gonna punish Heads there. Dominator's Ascent as well, as Ryota blocks Lancey's entry. Chaknu running for Lancey, the birthday boy survives! And now the counter-attack for the Phoenix Army. Here comes the Implosion! Plus Kozin activated right away with the Blazing Duet, going right after Ukir. Ukir's gonna evade the death though, but here comes the counter-attack. Andoryu doesn't have the Wiggy Shadow kill. Escalera and Kozin will survive.
Not at 3 minutes. There's not enough damage on Kozin to be able to get away with that and to even deal enough damage to kill anyone. But yeah, just to clarify, it's TNC who's doing Omega what Liquid did to Omega just last night.
Yeah. They watched the replay. Again, Heads just doing Sanford things right before the first minute mark, was already in the purple buff of Andoryu. So you know how to beat the barangay is to be super aggressive, like Mpl-Ph.
Just get in there. But here's the thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it would be too much to expect a team like Smart Omega to fall for it twice. And now, I think it's safe to say, it's not the same story.
Yeah.
Again, 3 minutes in, 4 minutes. Second turtle spawning in the lower quarter in about 20 seconds. It's not the same. Omega had a much worse situation against Liquid last night.
Yeah, really have a hard time, especially for Andoryu. Wasn't able to get his, I believe the first 3 buffs of Andoryu was heavily contested, like a Turtle Clash. So this time, Omega also learning from the mistakes of game number 2 against Mpl-Ph. But TNC, again, their snowball potential is high. They have the Nolan. Still 0-0 KDA, but with a proper setup from Escalera or a kick from Heads, give the kills to Kaizen. TNC can snowball from this.
And that's what we've been talking about all weekend long. I think the team that has the easier execution can get results much, much faster. For TNC, it's as simple as you just said. A Sacred Hammer, a flicker into an implosion, a kick from Heads. That's all they need to get going. Omega, though, they got to lay it down from Chaknu. Ryota's got to get a great wild charge. Perfect lineup for Ukir and then another to finish up. So now check it out. There's a kick.
There it is. On to Ryota. He has to flicker out, though. Survives the clash as TNC works on the turtle. Chakno has to use the glorious pathway. Gonna zone out Kaizen there. Heads soaking up the damage coming in from... Oh! Who's gonna fall down? It's gonna be onto Escalera. It's gonna be Andoryu still with the turtle. But a kill for Kaizen as he takes down Ryota.
That ain't worth it. Omega split him up. And TNC, as aggressive as they were, you can't do that if you're not as focused.
To the top lane though. It's gonna be a 2-on-1.
Andoryu,
watch out, that was fine.
He's very elusive, very slippery. As the shinobi that he is.
But you know, Omega, during that turtle fight, they had so much ground control. Apart from their duo double tank setup, the Nightmare response coming in from Ukir forces TNC to just... They can't hide from the brushes
That's right.
that Heads and Escalera wants to accomplish.
They have better combat vision. And implosion from Escalera. Not worth it. Here comes Chakno to the rescue.
They counter-engage the two tanks, just making sure that their turret's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
going to
whoa,
be
whoa.
taken down. But
Chak,
Chakno...
Chak.
Oh, Kozen commits a blazing duet! Chakno all of a sudden is gone! And what a quick response from TNC.
You know what? If they were setting up for a push, I'll tell you it's worth it. But right now, it looks like Omega's ready to defend. Jome is coming to the rescue, and he's going to clear the waves. Wow! Look at Smart Omega. The game IQ that's spread across the map, across the board. Led by their captain, Chuck with a Mamba. Impressive work. Again, back to TNC's aggressive start. Gamers of all sorts know. Take it from strategy games, MOBA games, card games. If you're aggressive and you can't pinpoint focus what that is, you're going to lose to the team that is better late game.
Yeah.
So now, I think TNC's prime has passed. They have to play a different way. They can't just keep throwing bodies at Omega.
Yeah, because Omega, they are really master of trades. I do agree with what you said. Even though Chaknu died, the fact that Jome's turrets up top are still intact means that he has more space. He still has the space to outplay Kozen and eventually gain more gold compared to the Claude.
That's right. And again, you're not racing against the Claude. You can't do that, not in the current patch. 1.9.20 has blessed Claude with a proactive curve. His power spike is out of this world. He's like a high school student with an IQ of a math genius. With that said, you can't outrace him. But now, real quick, this is the last hurdle spawned up already. Going to the barangay. Another. Hits.
Oh, that was a good zone though coming in from Chaknu. But here comes Escalera on the back line. And a kick coming in from Heads. But there's no follow-up though. That's why he's going to be punished. Heads going to fall down. Here comes Kozen with a blazing duet onto Ukir. Still hasn't popped the Dominator's Descent. Now, TNC... They had no answer to that trade. I mean, they got a turret down bottom, but heads-up play from Chaknu. Just straight up man-to-man defense on Kaizen, not letting him sniff even the last turtle.
And just as quickly as Omega saw a window of opportunity, they split up.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, clearly this is our turtle. Jome, go take top lane. Andor, you go clean up down bottom. We were pushing that initially, but now we can reclaim. And suddenly, look at this, TNC's gold lead, nada, kaput.
Yeah. Even Andoryu just picked up the Sky Piercer. Actually, I think this is the first time again I saw a Sky Piercer. But this time's gonna go on to Hayabusa. He's really confident that he knows he can go to those engages, get the kill without suffering any casualties. And that's easy right now for Andoryu because again you have two beefy frontliners in Chaknu and Ryota. And so far, even if Chaknu keeps dying with two deaths, it's all worth it.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Chaknu can afford to die. If Heads kicks the big horseman, that makes Omega a very happy camper. They can keep going. And the fact that his Revitalize will just get better and better as the game goes longer, this gives TNC a big budget need.
Yeah.
Invest in anti-heal. Where's he going to come from? Who's going to buy the Sea Halberd? Who's going to buy the Dominance Ice?
Might be Kozen though. He picked up the DHS, I think around the 6 minutes, 7 minutes in. So instead of completing the Trinity, he can go straight up Sea Halberd.
Yep. So he goes Golden Staff,
DHS.
Corrosion Scythe. Oh, you let go of the Corrosion Scythe?
Yeah, he picked up already the DHS.
Oh, I guess he's just not going to get the Sea Halberd. Oh, well, eventually he should.
Okay.
Because again, it's so hard. You have a Revitalize on Chaknu. Ryota, he got away with so much just by flickering away and then coming back while charging. You can't let that happen. Look at this. Grok EXP lane stats. Played 4 times currently in Season 14 and has won 3 out of 4 times with a 75% win rate.
Man, I'm not sure
That's ridiculous.
who used the Grok as an XP. But one thing for sure is Ryota is rocking the Grok up to perfection almost. Look at that, just really zoning out TNC, gaining ground control. It's easy for Omega for every single neutral objective.
Man, talk about picking the right tool for the right job. Look at TNC, Escalera, Heads, Lancy, to some extent Kozen,
Yeah.
besides Gage. All of them have to walk. All of them can't just jump to position. So that's why the Grok is so useful, especially coming out of the EXP lane, costing very little. Now Heads living inside the pit. Slight advantage to Omega. Jome and Andoryu hitting away.
Escalera.
Now to a fourth of its health. Escalera, look at this angle.
Here comes the kick. Escalera, though, going for the backline. Here comes Jome with his Salmon Force. Kozin has to use the Blazing Duet. Escalera just working on Andoryu, but Andoryu still gets the Lord. Kazin has to walk away.
Escalera!
And Escalera suffering the Dominator's descent coming in from Okir. And there's the trade. Roamer for Roamer. Escalera for Chaknu, but Omega secures the Lord.
Well set by Smart Omega. What did I tell you, Jose? What did I tell you? If Chaknu dies, that's okay. He did his job. Smart Omega leaned hard into it. What Joshua Mangilog bought for Omega was a clear path to the retribution.
Yeah.
And throughout that whole debacle, Jome could have really leaned into it, but no, they were focused. Again, this is the mark of a great team, a championship team in the making. Clear communications, a one-track mind. I think they were all saying, no, Lord first, in Tagalog, of course, but Lord first.
Look at Andoryu just really flexing right now. Their gold lead as he commits the Uigi Shadow Kill on to 4.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care at this point. And now Omega has the Lord up top. 1v1
Kozin!
between Kozin and Andoryu. Blazing Duet is there.
Off-cam kill!
Does he have a quad shadow? Will he go for it? Off-cam kill.
no.
Escalera's going to fall down, but this time here comes Kazin. It's going to be a 1v1 for the junglers. And the Fracture will secure the kill onto Andoryu.
Kozin softened him up for Kazin to finish the job. All this while, the push up top. All right, you know what? For once, in the mid-game, the post-power spike, TNC actually won a trade.
Yeah, finally. But this time,
What?
Omega answers that right back.
Not so fast.
Okay, but TNC answers also as they take down a turret down bottom. And now TNC, this is what I like about TNC this time. They're not just playing as passive compared to their previous series. This time they're making sure that they have to force a trade, and they are getting those trades. Okay, Escalera falls down, great, but Kazin was able to split push, and even they have the lead in terms of turrets down bottom.
Yep, and again, Andoryu dying prior actually reset the stacks building up on the Skypiercer.
Yeah.
So already, I think it's a 1.5 worth of value victory for TNC in the trade. Now Smart Omega with a very small 200, 300 gold lead, approaching a 13-minute mark. TNC can still count their blessings. Kazin getting his purple, the map not being as blue, and them getting some semblance of vision. Again, you talked about how Ukir are able to clear bushes. Luckily, TNC has a way to do just the same. Throw a sacred, no, the first skill into a bush, check, right? Lancy, throw out your skills, nuke it, check. And the fact that Kozin is rocking the Purify also is another way for Omega to add layers to their setup. So it's not as simple to catch TNC. That's why that moment down bottom happened, is because Omega have to choose their fights now. And this is a great way for TNC to actually recover, to put on the clutch. It's not just blind rage, just aggression. Now they can finesse into better engages.
Yeah. But TNC, again, execution really needs to be pinpoint here. We've seen a lot of times this Head starts things off with a good Way of the Dragon, and then Escalera goes to the backline with the implosion play. But the problem is their damage dealers get zoned out by Chaknu and Ryota.
Right. That's right. So now they have to do more than that. They have to flip the switch. Maybe implosion first and then isolate with the kick.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen if you don't clear this bush. Look at this amazing, this immaculate river bush control by Smart Omega, now up by about 1,000 gold. This does help though. The Athena shield on Escalera, he's not going to get easily bursted down by Ukir and can actually stand up against Chaknu and Jome.
Yeah, he can actually go for the late implosions even if his HP bar is almost non-existent. So this time TNC, Escalera, heads, needs a good pick off. Kozin goes in with a BMI and Blazing Duet just to clear out the minions. And now Omega knows that a major resource has been expended. That's going to be the Purify of Kozin coming into this Lord fight.
Ooh, he did pull out a Zaman Force too. Was able to lifesteal away from that wave. Sure, he can stay in, but without a Purify and waiting on the Blazing Duet, it's going to be tough for TNC to actually contest. Lord here approaching half health. There's the reset. Which one? Heads gets a kick!
Here comes the kick! But no reinforcements from the Phoenix Army as Escalera and Kazin are down bottom. Looking for the angle though.
I can feel the frustration brewing.
Oh no, they're gonna get sandwiched here. 4 members, 5 members. They know Glorious Pathway plus a wild charge to bring down Kozen without the Purify. Now Escalera soaking up the damage. Implosion just to delay. Kazan on the other hand. What is he gonna do? He's gonna get the 1v1 up to Andoryu. But the Wiggy Shadow Kill is just gonna burst him down. And all of a sudden, the birthday boy is lonely on his big day. He's alone.
A singular catch leading to a Jenga-like down spiral for TNC. A free objective, an eminent wipeout. Look at Smart Omega knocking down their base.
That was such an aesthetic scene. Salmon Force and the Glorious Pathway just connecting, making sure that they burst down the inhibitor even before the Lord marches into their base. This could be endable for the Barangay. Again, one step closer, one more shot to securing a playoff spot.
Here comes the Lord. It's an enhanced Lord. TNC have time to deal with it. But Omega will work on setting up the inevitable. They're syncing up the waves down bot, syncing up the waves up top, and allowing TNC a moment to breathe. Ingan, the tables have turned. Earlier it was TNC who had the easier execution, now it's Omega. They have so many AoE CCs, so many ways to activate their lineup. And TNC, they can only hope for a big kick or a miracle implosion. Yeah. That's how they start up the fight. That's how they answer back, and inside their base too.
Escalera though has the flicker. So again, they can commit the flicker implosion play. But the problem is the sustain from Omega is just too much. Even Shaknu still has the Revitalize, plus the Purifies are up for Jome and Ukir. And the problem is for TNC, Omega's casting of skills, it doesn't even need to be pinpoint accurate. Just the fact that you can cast the Glorious Pathway like this as he cuts off the pathway of heads there, brings him down. Jome working on the birthday boy. 3 members left to defend for TNC. They have minions onto the bottom lane and no more inhibitor turrets left. Matter of time, Escalera sets, but he's not going to catch anyone as they take him down. Kozen working on the minions and Doryu focuses on the crystals. Jome wants to bring someone down as well. And Omega will get a game 1 win.